Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Layout. I want to give, this would be Layout update number 3. I kind of just wanted to give a little bit of the direction that I'm going with this, just so everybody has a little better idea that watches it, kind of what's going on here. But this layout is meant to represent a section of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is near where I live. So yeah, I live up in Wisconsin, but that section of track that's in Wisconsin, that comes up into the southwest side of Oshkosh, it comes up into an industrial park, and this layout is kind of loosely based on that industrial park. So I had to fold this back. In a perfect world, this would be about probably 40 feet long, even in HO scale, to kind of represent the prototypical space or the prototypical design that's actually out there. But anyways, this is that area, but then I kind of had to fold it up against itself. So there's a little bit of this. In here we have, this is what I would call the main, and then there's these two runaround / storage tracks, and then the businesses that I'm going to try and kind of model on here is this Leco Steel. I'm using this really, I bought this, it's a piece of pine, really expensive, but anyways, and this business actually, the cars do go into it, so I stuck it in front here to give the illusion of the cars kind of disappearing behind it. And they will be receiving these flat cars, 60-foot flat cars that will have loads of sheet steel on them. And what they do once they get inside the plant, that's up to the company. Our job is just to get the steel there. So that's Leco Steel. In back, we have Amcor, which it used to be called Bemis. And this business is actually the main reason why I kind of picked this location of and why I wanted to model it. My dad actually worked there for 37 years, so shout out to my dad. He was kind of the inspiration for this whole thing as far as picking a location. But anyway, so this is Amcor, and there's going to be spots for 10 of these 4-bay covered hopper cars. So 10 of those will eventually be able to fit back there. That's kind of the last section of track that needs to get finished. There's going to be a turnout right here that comes off of this track here. And so once we get on here, we can have the turnout, and then we'll hop on. There will be 6 cars that can run on this front track, get parked there. And then on this back track, there's going to be spots for 4. Down here, if we go to the east, we have Wow Logistics, and that's basically a great big warehouse, and I believe companies or people can rent out space, and there's like 5 or 6 loading bays in real life alongside of it. I think I'm going to have spots for 4, but people can rent out space, and if they need rail service, that's the space they'd want to rent, because we can bring boxcars to them, and whatever product they need to move, they can load them up onto the boxcars and off they go. I believe that's kind of what Wow Logistics is. You can look them up for yourself and maybe get a better idea, but I think that's kind of a crude description of what they're doing. So anyways, there's going to be about 4 boxcars that'll be able to spot there. And then that back track, that is nothing more than basically a switching lead for Amcor back there. Because if I got to pull all 10, if they have all 10 cars empty back there, and I need to pull all 10 cars out, I need the locomotive plus room for 10 cars. So this big long switching lead that goes all the way to the end of the 16 feet here, that is basically the switching lead, so I can pull a whole string of cars out and then get them back down onto the main track or back into this storage area. So yeah, that's kind of where the design and inspiration for this whole thing came from. I'm using I ended up going with the ESU cab control DCC system. So far it's treated me fine. You get this wireless remote, and this remote is what actually controls all your engines. You can control switches with it. You can really control just about anything on your layout with it that you'd want to switch electrically. So that talks to this, and then this, I have my main bus wires here that go to the track, and then I'm actually using these handy dandy Wagyu 5-conductor clips. They work really slick, so I can run my main bus wire into it. Now this clip here, that is electrified, so I can run jumpers to this side. We'll call this the neutral side. And then here, this other black wire I have going all the way down to the other end, and then I'll have some jumpers laid throughout the layout, just to help even out the DCC signal that goes all throughout the layout. So that's kind of the basics of the electrical side of things. And then for my switches, I'm using Pico Unifrog number 6 switches, code 83. All the track is code 83. The track is Atlas Flex Track, code 83, and then the Pico number 6 Unifrog switches, turnouts. So yeah, why don't we fire up the locomotive so the video doesn't turn into a 30-minute video, and actually do a little bit of a switching operation. So I can just hit that button, and that will actually energize the track, and we can turn on the sound, and we can move out. Give a couple of toots on the horn. There we go. So I need to get these two 60-foot flat cars back to Lico Steel, and then I need to get this hopper car, which tonight is going to be a box car, because that's what it identifies as, a box car in tonight's running, because this track is not finished, so I cannot send that car back to Amcor. So we're gonna make it a box car and park it down by WOW Logistics. Just kind of thinking through what I want to do here. So let me actually back up. Oh, hold on here. Let me just look at this. So I need to back those up. Let me back up. We're going to pick up this, I'm doing air quotes, but we're going to pick up the box car. But I think I need to get onto it from the front so I can shove it back down to WOW Logistics there. So let me back up. Yeah, we're going to go above normal rail speeds here, but for the sake of video length, I think nobody's going to complain. So let me just make sure our switches are good. I'm going to turn that switch. Okay, so now we should be able to go forwards. so we have coupled on to our air quotes boxcar. We're coupled up, and I am still practicing on this whole uncoupling thing, so I am cheating. And there, those are placed back on. So now we're uncoupled, so I will pull this back, and I think, so I can do this all in one move. Let me back up. And then I will actually take this car around on the runaround track, I think. And then I will grab these flats, so then I can just, I'll shove the box car back there, I think. And then I can back up, and we will pull into this back siding, and then we can service Lico Steel with those flats. So yeah, that's what we'll do here. So I'll back up through here, come down through the switch, and I am actually, this is a Scale Trains SDL 39. There's the manual for it. Alright, we cleared the switch. We definitely cleared the switch, so I can turn that, and I will turn that. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so how's everybody's night going? We had, I think, one of the warmest days ever here up in Wisconsin for January. I think it hit 50 degrees, so there's a lot of people grilling out this afternoon and enjoying the nice weather. So I'm just watching this. So this turnout there, we're going to go up, and then, yeah, that turnout is switched, so we should get back onto that runaround track. Speed things up a little bit. Then I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I did go through and solder. All the joints are soldered. The feeder wires are all soldered on. So I'm hoping for some really good operations, at least electrically. The guy running the camera might screw things up time to time. So we'll push this box car all the way down and get it down through this switch. Whoop. Bumping into things here. Yeah, the Scale Trains engine though, this thing just sounds fantastic. Alright, let me start slowing things down here. We're going to go through the switches and derail. So there we go, first big screw up. Hang on here. Why did we derail? I'm not really sure, but that's why. Alright. I should have checked these turnouts down here. Okay. That should have been right. Yeah, it should be staying on there. Well, we're just going to cheat here. I'll have to look at that a little later. So we'll see if the local can get through. That switch is turned right. It should be diverting, but we'll see. Once we clear this, there, we cleared this switch, so I'm just gonna take my hand, shoot, come out, there we go. Okay, now we're connected. So I can back up, switch. There we go. Should be good. We're in reverse. Yeah, here's these Wagyu clips that I used. It came in a 25 pack. I think it was like 14 bucks for 25 of them, and for a layout this size, I'm probably only going to use 3 or 4 of them. So I should have plenty. But back up here, we got these flat cars to pick up, and once we couple up with them, here we go. I'm actually going to just keep shoving them all the way down, and excuse the camera work. Yeah, we'll turn this switch, and I will shove them back onto the main, so then we can kind of come back into the switching area. Here's our load of cars. And please leave comments. Let me know what you guys like, don't like, want to see more of. I like making the videos, so if there is anybody out there that enjoys watching them, I'd love to keep making them for you. But yeah, just let me know what you like or don't like. I gotta, oh, there we go. Okay. So we cleared this switch. So now I want to get back up into this ladder. So that switch is turned. I'm going to turn that switch. So now we should be following there. And let's see, I want to go back to WOW Logistics. So I'm going to turn that switch. And let's go forwards. So this little controller here, it's got 4 buttons on the side, and you can program them to do all sorts of different things. But I have my 4 programmed to this bottom right. It'll switch directions. So you can see the blue. The blue indicates which direction the loco will go. So this is forwards, and then the 2 buttons on the left here. The top one is speed up. It goes 1 speed step up to accelerate, and then the bottom one goes 1 speed step down. So I can basically use these 3 buttons to pretty much control, as far as directionally and speed wise, I can control everything just with those 3 buttons. But then there's the other, down here you can control your horn, your bell, all your different lights, all the different other air compressor sounds and sanding valves. This thing has a lot of very, very cool high-end features. They do come with a price, but it does sound pretty neat. So here we go, we're coming through our switches here. We got that boxcar leading the way. Everything's looking good so far. We got a little bit of a run to go here, so I'll speed things up. Throw on the bell so they can hear us coming. Turn the bell off because that's really obnoxious to listen to, I think, on the audio for the playback, so you guys don't have to listen to it. So we can back down the siding here with our, again, air quotes, 4-bay boxcar. And that's pretty good. So we'll park it right there. Gonna cheat a little bit. So we got, that is our first car unloaded on the, I will call this the Oshkosh end of the line branch. There, I don't know if it's gonna stick, but maybe it will. So I switched, we're going in reverse. Listen to that locomotive load up a little bit. Come back up here and check on our switches. So we got to get through that switch and we got to get back on. Yeah, we got to clear this switch here. So that's good. That's good. So I think we just got to come back down. Oop, that's a little too fast. There we go. Okay, we cleared the switch. We can turn that, and we want to be on that main track. So switches are good. Switch directions of the loco. We can go forwards. Kind of let you listen to that engine a little bit. If I haven't said it 100 times, I'll say it another 100 times, but I do think this is one of the best. I've got a couple different engines with some different decoders, and so the Scale Trains locomotive has a, I think it's the Loc 5 sound. You can see it right there in the bottom. The Loc Sound V5 decoder, and the thing sounds really, really good coming out of this engine. Alright, so we got to get down here past the switch. And I think we're cleared. And I hope we can get back up into this siding, because there is a little bit of a grade there that I got to get fixed, but let's give it a shot. We'll just add speed. Speed fixes everything, right? You can see those cars kind of probably lifting up a little bit. Well, it looks like we're going to make it. Yeah, see the front of that engine. I'm going to have to get some cork underneath there and get that leveled out a little better, but we got our load of steel backing up here, going way too fast, but back up into here. So there, you can kind of stop right about there, cheat the uncouple process. There we go. And I will just pull the engine forward a little bit. There we go. So that's it. And if anybody's still watching, I got to give a big shout out to Ryan. He was my 3D printer guy. He made this really cool looking utility shed and some of these super detailed. Those are little HO scale pallets to go with the shed, so I can't wait to spread those out and paint them and get it kind of looking like the real thing. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, and have a good night.